Hi friends, this is your friend Jay Flores. We're gonna start doing analysis for this week. It's we've been doing good for the last couple of weeks. Although that markets and pretty much government announcements and everything, a lot of the traders have been nervous about it. But the markets they still follow, the normal movement. Obviously, sometimes there are like very large moves because of the announcements and the panic and fear, from people, so from traders. But there's still money to be made in the market. So we're gonna do an analysis real quick for this week. As you know, if you've been listening to the last videos, I'm a more like a long, medium term trader. We'll say I look at the weekly, daily, 4 hours normally. Um, So I don't spend too much time in the markets. I do it on the weekends, and then in the middle of the week, I check it a couple more times just to check on trades and stuff, see for something setting up that we previously saw on the in the market. So all I use is price action. That's my main guide for trading. I use Bollinger Bands and also RSI as a extra confirmation for trades. I sometimes go into trades and I don't mind going into drawdown. Most of the time, I'll say 70 to 80, 90% of the time, the market is going to go my way. So I don't mind. I don't trade like large um, or big lots. I'm just using smaller lots. And so I don't get super nervous. If the market goes in a drawdown, I know it's going to go back at least to break even again. So that's been happening all the time. So I check the daily, and from the daily, I can tell if market has potential. Let me start on the top right here of the list. NCD USD. I did this trade last week. I exit about this. I didn't know that the market was gonna like jump like crazy. When we saw the market last week, it was around this area approximately, and I did go into the market due to this what is it called? This divergency right here. So I enter the market around this area, and you shoot up. I exit in the middle right here. The market just went going up to the during the week. So right now, I know we're in a. You can clearly see in the daily in a resistance zone right there, but the market can still is in a momentum up, so you can easily break that resistance and keep going. So if you look at the daily, weekly right here, it can do a retracement and then keep going, but we'll see how the market goes. So it is not my favorite for this week. So on Euro USD, I like it due to it's forming a divergence right here, the daily, the 4 hour. We already have a divergence, so I'm going to go into this trade right there. We'll see how it goes. Try not to do large lots so you don't get worried if it goes up higher another level. It will come at least to break even. So that's a good trade. So on the USD, I'm gonna put like a priority right here. I'm gonna take this off. CPUSD on this one, the market, I kind of like it. Not my favorite too, but I'm waiting on the 4 hour. We do have it's not a divergence. I would like the market to go higher to get a clear divergence, meaning that the market go higher, and then from that point, I will probably take a trade down. So it's not ready yet in my point of view. Let me get this off right there so I can have only read the ones that I like for this week. GBP CAD. Let's look at the daily. It's clearly off of the Bollinger Bands. I'm sorry, it's right in the middle I thought it was the lower Bollinger Band on that one, but it's right at the middle right now. It's in a support, definitely clear support right there. So I would be tempted to take a smaller size trade right here. So it looks good at this point. So I'm gonna put it like a potential for that one. Okay, so Euro CHF. Let's look at the daily. It's definitely, and the daily is definitely out of the Bollinger Bands. In the 4 hour, we already have a divergence. This is a good potential trade on that one. So I'm gonna put it also as red, meaning for this week you might have a trade on that. Another one that I was looking early also is this one. It looks like a nice setup, obviously. If you like to wait for a confirmation, obviously using price action, you can go into a lower time frames and wait for the market to break this zone right there, to break up and then retrace, and you can take a trade. That's a good extra confirmation to go into a trade. Sometimes, to be honest, I just go into a trade like that, and that has potential. I'm probably gonna take that trade, so it looks good. Okay, gold, the gold keeps jumping up. Right now it's at 3,243. It's just jumping higher and higher. Let's look at the weekly. Look how it is. Market just keeps going. So normally I wouldn't trade that one. I mean, it's super extended. It's probably historic highs on the gold. So yeah, I wouldn't mess with it until it starts doing a printing story coming down. So I just wouldn't trade that for now on the gold. Okay, so Euro JPY, it's almost on the middle. I don't trade those when it's on the middle Bollinger Bands, unless I'm doing like short-term trades, but I'm not short-term, but I'm not doing that type of trading. NCDCHF, it's almost the same as USD CHF, so it looks like a good trade too. You already have a divergence. That looks like a good trade on that one. So I'll put it here. So I'll probably put like a little dot where we were thinking to take a trade, or where we were looking at today. That dot. Let's see. That's too big. Do it around there. That's why we know we took a trade at that point. Okay, there. But at least those are the ideas. Okay, GPCAD. That area. Use ECHF. That way, next week, if I do a review, we know where we were at the review point, pretty much. We got that. NCD USD. I already reviewed that one. I did this one. Let's go to Euro JPY. Where are we in the daily? We're in kind of the middle. Not interested in that one. GP JPY. We're extended below the Bollinger Bands in the daily. Let's look at let me look at the weekly and see how it looks. Still got a little bit of room coming down on the weekly. It's a potential, so that's in the daily. We already crossed. It could be. I don't see a divergence. I would like this one to go lower to create a divergence, and then I will be interested in GP, JPY, Euro, JP. So let's look at Euro GBP, trying to go faster here. Euro GBP had like a crazy extension. Euro GBP, with all that is happening, last week with the tariff agenda with presidents and stuff. So that super extended, it still has momentum going up. Definitely, we'll wait for some sort of divergence. This is not. It could be divergent here, but I'm not convinced. Not really. So it is divergence in the 4-hour, maybe for a short-term trade to the middle band, potentially, but it's not my favorite. That's in the middle on USD. USD CAD is super extended. Let's see the daily. Okay, it's definitely due for a retracement. Still have momentum coming down. I don't see color on the RSI. The 4-hour, it has divergent. It is divergent. So maybe for a smaller trade, it could be a potential on that one. So I'll put it kind of like it is kind of clear on the 4-hour. The daily still pointing down, you can see, so still has some momentum. And maybe looking for this support right there, which is almost there. It's pretty much there. I'd like to see something start doing the little hook turning, and then we have already. So that's a potential trade. I'll check on that in a couple of days to see where we are. I'm gonna put a dot right there. Okay. So I left where AUD-USD. Okay. AUD-USD, and in the middle, USD-JPY. USD-JPY is extended on 4-hour, also on the daily. It looks kind of good. That could be a potential trade. I don't like it. I don't like it too much either on the 4-hour. Oko might be looking for this low, so still has momentum down in the daily, so I'm going to skip that one. You're odd. We do have a clear divergence in the daily, 4-hour divergent also. So I'll definitely like this one to go a little bit higher before I take that trade. That looks potentially good. You're odd. We'll see how it goes during the middle of the week. This goes a little higher, and then I will take a trade down possibly. Put a dot where we were looking at. Okay, CAD JPY right in the middle. Odd CAD right in the middle. GPNCD still has momentum to the low. It looks nice in the daily. This one, a good retracement. I will definitely take it down on this one. We'll wait for a retracement. Still have time for that. Euro NCD. That one also is nice divergence to the low. It is divergent also. So I will wait also on the 1-hour, 30 minutes to get out of the Bollinger Bands on the top. For me to, go up higher here and then drop. That will be a potential trade for me. I'm not ready yet, and I'll see a chef. He was divergent here. That was a beautiful trade right there. That was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. Divergence in this area, the 4-hour. How about daily? Yeah. Daily is extended completely out. It did give us that divergence right there. Potentially keep going up on this one. That looks like that was like a good trade in this area right there. Let's see, 1 hour, 30 minutes.